that stage with me. I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect. Everyone's amazing and done what they done. No one can stand on that stage with me. I'm just
What's good? What's good? What's good? You are tuning in to Outside Raps with your host, Dizzy D.Spill. And we definitely got to cover this conversation. This is a hot topic right now, but it's kind of confusing. It's kind of a confusing hot topic. And the reason why it's a confusing hot topic is because this conversation was had several years ago. Okay, several years ago. This conversation was had. And the conversation was, would JayZ participate in a Verzuz? And the reason why that was such a hot topic was because, if I'm not mistaken, he was on Twitter Spaces. Is what it looks like to see his profile that he never logs into. And he was questioned about doing a Verzuz. And when he was questioned about doing this Verzuz, he had some very bold, very I guess gangster statements regarding this situation. And I definitely wanted to cover that. So I'm gonna run this back. And so you can hear the whole context, and I'm gonna give you my synopsis and I'm gonna give you my opinion about everything. So let's go for it.
nobody can stand on that stage with me. I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect. Everyone's amazing and done what they done. No one can stand on that stage with me. I'm just telling you guys the real. Like, it's not a shot. There's not a chance in hell that anyone can stand on that stage with me for I don't know how long it is. 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Right.
Look, you gotta stand in front of the Grammy Family Freestyle Live. No one's ever even seen me perform that. Like, you got to stand in front of that. That ain't gonna never happen, man. Let's move on from Verzuz and let's get back to the this Keys album.
But first, before we move on from Verzuz, we definitely have to give my husband his.
Oh, well, those are the words from Hove himself, Mr. Carter, Mr. Sean Carter. That's what he had to say, Mr. JayZ, man. I kind of got his photo like super duper big. Let me fix this real quick. So that's what JayZ. That's what JayZ had to say. All right, that's what Sean had to say. Sean. So, I mean, you guys could definitely leave your comments in the video and say if you agree or disagree, but I'm going to give you that. He made a lot of valid, well, no, he did make a lot of valid points, but he made a valid and very strong statement about, hey, there's certain songs that I've never even performed before, but to stay on stage with me for 2 hours, can't nobody stand on that stage with me. Let's move on from the Verzuz. It was very arrogant, very New York, East Coast, confident type of energy, as you should have. You know, you should have that. You should have that energy, you know, and that confidence within yourself, right? But just wanted to give my view. He said nobody can stand on that stage with him. I beg to differ. I would say I'm going to give you my top 5 people. I think it's 5 that I think could stand on that stage with JayZ, and I'm going to tell you why. So we're going to go with the first person, the godson, Nasir Oludara Jones. This man can definitely stand on stage with Hove, no question about it. Okay, and it's not just about the beef, you know what I'm saying, that he had with Jay. It's not about that at all. What I will say it is about is catalog, right? Verzuz is really about catalog. And I think Nas has that catalog. I mean, you got to think one of the songs that Jay would have to perform just by popular demand is Dead Presidents, right? And we all know that Dead Presidents is a huge classic classic song in JayZ's catalog. That's, you know, from the godson. But Nas, he's had some dope albums. He's had some, he's still going. He dropped 6 albums in 3 years, dropping basically 2 sagas of albums in 3 years. And one of those earned him a Grammy, making him one of the older artists older rap artists to win a Grammy. Him, Killer Mike. And it's just, I like this competition in hip hop and in rap. You know, it's friendly competition, but it's also confidence, and they mean what they say. So I wouldn't expect anything less from JayZ. But if I'm gonna pick somebody that can stand on that stage, it's definitely Nasty Nas Escobar, the man that definitely influenced me to pick up a microphone alongside of LL Cool J, Royce the 5'9", Ice Cube, and to name a couple more. Nas can definitely stand on that stage, no questions asked. The next person I would say that can stand on that stage is, come on, man, the Dogfather, the SN double OPDO double Jizzy, Calvin Brodus. Snoop Dogg can definitely stand on that stage. Snoop Dogg has had a huge impact in the music industry. Of course, Snoop and JayZ has worked together to Drop It Like It's Hot remix, which Hove has a dope verse on there, but he can definitely stand on that stage. Snoop Dogg has an ignorant catalog, and Verzuz is about catalog. Like I said, Snoop Dogg has the catalog. For those that may disagree, argue with your mom. I'm just telling you, if we're basing it off of catalog, which these guys have had a lot of longevity, these guys have had at least a decade of consistent albums and charting, you know, the billboards and things of that nature, hot music videos when that was a whole lot more of a thing than it is now. I'm telling you, I'm putting my money up for Snoop Dogg as well. The next person I'm going to go with that I also think is a person that should be on that list is Ice Cube. Come on, stop playing. Ice Cube, man. Seriously? This is Mr. NWA. This is Friday trilogies. This dude, I think his catalog gets slept on because of the movies. But he stood the test of time too. The crazy thing about Cube that people don't understand is Cube started out in the 80s and he's still dropping to this day. Now, a lot of times we think when artists get older, they're supposed to have the same energy and pull and control as they did in their prime, but that's just not how it goes. You watch this video right now, you give me another 10, 15 years, everybody's not going to be talking about NLE Chopper, NBA Youngboy. Not saying that they're not going to bring them up, but they won't be the first names that come to mind because it's going to be a whole different generation of youngsters and kids and in a different wave of music. But a lot of people sleep on Cube. Cube survived the 80s, the 90s, the 2000 era. I mean, he was rapping and dropping albums before I was born and then dropping albums when I graduated high school. You understand what I'm saying? So we definitely got to put some respect on O'Shea's name for sure, right? The other person I'm going to go with is Kanye Cheddar. Yeah, I know this version of Kanye, okay? This version of Kanye is who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, let me see where it's at. I'm not talking about this version. This version will lose. This version cannot stand on stage, especially in them slides. This person cannot stand on stage with JayZ on no level. No, not him. Him. This Kanye right here, Blazer Kanye with the glasses and the short fade, the Caesar fade. That Kanye West can definitely stand on stage with JayZ, and it would make life kind of difficult for JayZ, seeing all of some of the hits that JayZ would probably use would be produced by this man as well. So it would be very difficult. It'd be a very uncomfortable night for Sean if Kanye got on that stage. I'm just saying. So who do I have? I had Nas. I had Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Kanye, Cheddar. So it might be not just five people. It might even be six now that I'm thinking about it. So the next person, yeah, not him. No, we're not going to give him. But the next person we definitely have to say is somebody that can't be forgotten. Yes, people have already brought this man up. But yeah, Marshall Mathers, okay? 8 Mile, B Rabbit, all right? He can definitely stand on stage with JayZ, okay? Matter of fact, one of the most iconic songs that people talk about when it comes to JayZ and it comes to um, Eminem is the song Renegade. And I remember when Renegade came out, I think I was in ninth grade. Yeah, I was in ninth grade. I was just starting to go to Piney Woods. Shout out to my Piney Woods family, the Tornadoes. Yeah, I I remember listening to Renegade, and because that was on the Blueprint album. Blueprint was my probably my favorite JayZ album. I remember listening to it and I was like, "What's going on with M? What's the attitude, Marshall?" That's how hard he was going on Renegade. What's the attitude, bro? What's up with the energy? I don't understand. So his catalog is crazy. You know what's crazy is, and this is just a personal thing. You could fast forward if you don't want to hear it. My favorite Eminem song is probably Infinite, and that was a song that he did before he became famous. I love Infinite a lot. Now, the song that I probably know the most, like the back of my hand, is Slim Shady, because when he came out, I thought the song was funny. I was in elementary school. I was like, yo, this dude is hilarious. 10 times better than Vanilla Ice. No shade of Vanilla Ice. And I hope this guy sticks around. And he did. And I definitely think he could give JayZ problems in a versus. Okay. That's just my opinion. Y'all can share your opinion all y'all want and disagree and all this other stuff, but I'm definitely gonna say Marshall Mathers. Now, there's probably a lot of you guys that have an attitude with me right now, like, oh, how are you just gonna disrespect and leave him out? No, I didn't leave him out. I did not leave him out at all, but I'm going to give you my last pick. Okay. Dwayne Carter. I don't know if anybody, and you guys can correct me or you guys can tell me if it would be fair. I don't know if you're able to use mixtape songs in verses, but Lil Wayne's mixtape catalog, if you count all of the No Ceilings and I think I Can't Feel My Face and the dedications, and then not to mention his Squad Up mixtapes, which shout out to my old roommate Ryan Ford. He put me on the Squad Up mixtapes. The Squad Up mixtapes, that just his mixtape catalog is crazy. But then you talk about studio album Dwayne Carter. Man, stop it. All right. Now, that's a Carter you're going to have an issue with, Sean. Y'all probably cousins. Y'all probably cheating right now. Y'all probably cousins on that side. But I definitely think Lil Wayne could give JayZ problems if we're talking catalog. This dude has been rapping since he was a child. Most of my generation was a huge Lil Wayne fan because he was that little kid in Cash Money holding it down for our age group. And he ended up being the frontline general, the lieutenant, all of that stuff. And then look what he did with Young Money. And the crazy thing is he had a record label full of talent, because back then Nicki Minaj was killing. Drake was on fire. Tyga had his wave. All of these different artists were killing it on Young Money, and he was still the Dundada on pretty much every record. Him and Drake would go back and forth, but then it got to be so crazy with their songs that people thought one was writing for the other because one sounded like the other. Lil Wayne is on that list for sure. Definitely can stand on stage. Now, I know a lot of you guys, a lot of you drapes are going to say this, and the Kendrick fans are going to say that. Check this out. I'm more of a fan of Kendrick than I am Drake, and I do like some of Drake's records. I'm talking about these are guys that play in a different type of arena, okay? These guys, when it comes to the first few people that I picked, those are people that are kind of from the same era as JayZ. Most of these people are from the same era of JayZ, so that's why I'm doing that. Even with Lil Wayne being one of the youngest, he was around when JayZ was hot. He was around during JayZ's prime when they had, The Block is Hot and Cash Money was coming up. So all of these people that I'm choosing, it's definitely people from that era. So as far as Sean, you know what I'm saying? He definitely sparked some conversation, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys. But again, this conversation was years ago. Why it's going viral now, I don't know. But I felt like, you know, at least add some flavor to it. If we're gonna bring up old stuff, let's add some flavor to it. And all these content creators having their opinion and stuff. Let's get some lists going. Let's make this a great, friendly debate. And as far as hip hop is concerned, you guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my list. It's okay if you guys want to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I have. I'm finna go ahead and I'm finna get out of here. Let me know what you think. You've been tuning in to Outside Raps with your host, Dizzy D.Spill. If this is your first time on the platform, make sure you subscribe. Turn on the notifications at the bell so you don't miss any content. And I got some bonus information for you guys as well. My last person on the list that I think could stand on that stage with JayZ, let me move his photo, is yours truly. Yeah, that's right. Don't sleep on your boy Dizzy D.Spill. Come on, don't play with me like that. Yeah, I can stand on that stage with hope. I am not famous. I do not have Grammys. I don't have any of that stuff, but I'm gonna bet on myself like JayZ would. Come on, man. Stop it. I'm just messing with y'all, man. Check out my music though on the Dizzy D.Spill YouTube platform. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to Outside Raps. Until next time, peace out and be safe.